Pauline study again. Here been seeing things going on around, and also been seeing Health Awareness Week everywhere, universities, even some hospitals have Health Awareness Week. And I got this thing of these people always have this health awareness, but do they ever think about something that's eating up every single human being? Okay, not every single human being, but most human beings, especially the youth, maybe between 18 to 35. Yeah, that's the gap for it. So, like, people leave out the idea and the thing that kills other people, that's depression. And also, some people think that depression just comes by just like that, like you just think of it and it comes. No, it doesn't happen like that. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about what depression is, what causes depression, what are the signs and symptoms of depression, and then later on in my next video, I'll be talking about how someone can be helped, someone with depression can be helped. So first of all, we need to understand what depression is. Depression is like a sad feeling that makes someone's mental ability so low, so they can't concentrate, they can't do work so well, they can't have very nice decisions. So when someone is depressed, it comes over time, not in a short period of time. So not every single sadness is actually depression. So must understand that there are different causes of depression. For example, we can look at anxiety, anger that is caused and towards someone and they get depressed. But then the biggest cause of depression right now among the youth is conflict, drug abuse, and so many others. But let's first look at conflict. Many youth conflict with their family and friends, and when the conflict comes up, it's really big. For example, you've been friends with someone for a very long time, so you like have a conflict, like stop being friends, and after that you like really get sad. And then when you get sad, you don't get over it 1 week, 2 weeks, and at the end of it all, you start having symptoms. I'll talk about that later. And then also when it comes to family, the conflicts, especially with parents, this is why parents don't even look at all. When they annoy their kids, they don't go on to actually apologize or say I'm sorry, or like I was trying to drive this point home. No, they just leave their kids hanging. This actually affects so many kids because they get to think, oh my god, my mom doesn't like me, she's always fighting me, she's always quarreling with me, my dad is always never on the right side with me. Like, it gets to the head. And remember, depression, like I already said, comes from the head, and there is a scientific thing that it gets to the nerves. And that's why when some people get depression, the very bad depression, they start thinking about death, suicide, and all that. So also, we shouldn't forget sadness causes depression, prolonged sadness. Most of the times it comes out of loss. For example, when some people are really so easy to hurt, so if they lose a job, they'll get so sad, then it takes control of their entire brain. Like, they can no longer think, they can't even make like decisions for themselves, they even take long to make decisions. But also loss of, like, let's say a relative, like let's say you've like lost your parent, lost a grandpa, someone, like, especially those who are very attached, because every time you're going to be thinking this person is not with me, and then your moods are going to change, you're going to become so sad for a very long time, you're going to get anxiety, and all those are going to drive to one thing: depression. And it's going to get into your head, and when it gets to that, there are so many things that are going to come out. Because first of all, your social life is going to be affected. You're going to be a person who never really wants to hang out with human beings, even when you want to. Like, you don't have you don't connect with them. It feels like you're in another world, like you do not get to connect with them. Also, most people who have depression are always thinking about killing themselves, like thinking about death or dying, like all the time, like for no reason. And you just think, oh god, I wish I was dead, I wish I could just take these pills and end my life, that kind of thing. So it really gets to them. And you see, the funny bit about this thing is it's not so easy to tell, because this kind of thing is in the brain, it's not like really showing outside. So maybe another thing that can show is someone takes long to make decisions, like their decisions are really hard to make, and they are not even like, they don't concentrate. So like having a conversation with someone and you're all laughing and someone is just sad and they're not even concentrating on what you are doing or what you're saying, and then after that you like, they like can't even make the decisions. Like if it's like maybe you're planning for a road trip or maybe going somewhere, they can't make a decision of like where they want to go, or like it's really hard for them to do so. And then also, like I already said, we must remember that not every kind of sadness is depression. Sadness has 2 days, that's very normal sadness. But if the sadness exceeds like 2 weeks and you start to think like that, and also when someone loses interest in what they used to like doing, like this person used to like going swimming, this person used to like hanging out with friends, this person used to like going out, but when this thing hits up, these people are never going to have the interest at all. Like they're not even going to think about that. They always want to be alone. They literally feel like, it looks like they have peace but they don't have. And also when someone gets to some drugs, like yeah, this is so common among the youth. When they start taking drugs, depression kicks them, because most of the times they become outcasts among the other human beings. So they like cannot take in that thing of being an outcast. So at the end of the day, they get to a point where they get depressed. Also, this is something that's really critical, and this is what makes also old people get depression. When someone has a long-term illness, yeah, for example, HIV, arthritis. I don't know how to pronounce that, you forgive me. And also lymphedema. When people have these long-term illnesses, especially the ones that they are not going to get fine so fast, it gets to their mind. They feel like they're no longer worth it. They feel like it's not any point. Like they feel like they are not so fine to be with human beings. They feel like they're not so fine to be out in the social life. So all this gets into their nerves. And I'm very sorry, I'm not a scientist. I wish I could explain this better, like how I read it or how I've known it. But yeah, depression is a really serious thing. So that all happens, and it gets to them, and they get so depressed. Like someone really get depressed, and all the symptoms are going to show up. They no longer have interest in what they used to do. They are always feeling guilty or an outcast, even when there is nothing to blame them for. Like they're always, oh my god, I think I'm guilty, or oh god, I'm to blame for this. All this is because of me, and then it's clearly not their fault. But they're not going to say that, but they'll always act in that manner. And also you see them being away from you and not really wanting to hang around with you. You call up someone, hey, can we go swimming? And the person is like, I have no interest. But then you remember this person you really used to love swimming, like go 5 times a week. Yeah, that's a bit exaggerated, but yeah. And yes, so the main point here is, I think it's high time everyone took consideration of depression, especially these people are running health awareness week, like all the time, health awareness week. And then these guys who like specifically move from university to university to do health awareness week, but they never look at depression. So guys, this is just an overview of what depression is and what it could look like. So we must understand that depression is a mental disorder that is characterized by a continuous lowering of moods and makes someone's brain unable to function the way it always functions on a daily basis and in like daily activities. So also one thing we should know is depression is very common among women, and in Uganda so many women have died. 28% of the women are affected by depression, 28%, and 89% of those women do not have the care, they don't even have the help, and therefore they die. 89% of the 28% of the women who have depression. So we also need to know that our characteristics of depression are fatigue, tired, loss of interest in things like doing, like especially like if you used to like going shopping, used to like reading, all that goes down, like you really don't have the moods to do it. Also, when depression is really acute, when it gets to its worst, you start getting suicidal temptations, should I say. You like get suicidal tendencies in your head, like all the time. Oh my god, I need to like die. You even start feeling like moving into a kind motion so that you can just end your life immediately. So those are just the few symptoms that I've mentioned, and the few characteristics of depression. So in my next video, I'm going to be here to talk about the causes of depression. So if you feel like you have maybe symptoms or those characteristics or something that could be related to all that I've said, you can actually just hit me up on this account, and also you can leave your comment down there. I'm going to respond. I actually make sure I respond to all my comments that come in. So please keep in touch. Next week we'll be talking about the causes of depression. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed, and hit the notification bar for my next video. See you. Bye bye.